In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up Shopify customer accounts the right way because if this setting is wrong, it can quietly add friction to your checkout. Customer accounts sound simple, but they affect how shoppers log in, how they view past orders, how checkout details get filled in, and how easy it feels to buy from your store again. The biggest mistake is making customers feel like they have to create an account before they can buy. If someone is ready to check out, you do not want them stopping to think, do I need a password? Did I already make an account? Why can't I just place my order? That moment can cost you sales. So in this video, I'll show you what customer accounts actually do, which option I would choose for most Shopify stores, and how to set it up inside of Shopify. If you haven't started your Shopify store yet, use the link in the description to start your free trial and follow along inside of your own dashboard. I'm Erin from Shopify Mastery. Let's get into it. Customer accounts are not bad. They can help shoppers view orders, manage addresses, reorder products, start returns, use store credit, and check order status. The problem is when accounts get in the way of the purchase. A customer account should help after someone buys. It should not slow down someone who is trying to buy for the first time. Think about a first-time shopper. They may have clicked from TikTok, Instagram, Google, an ad, or an email. They are still deciding if they trust your store. If they add a product to cart and suddenly feel like they need to create an account, remember a password, or log in before they can keep going, that adds friction at the worst possible time. And when checkout feels harder than it needs to be, some shoppers leave. So the rule is simple. Customer accounts should make shopping easier, not harder. For first-time shoppers, checkout should feel fast and simple. For returning customers, accounts should help them come back, see past orders, use saved details, reorder, or manage returns. That is the balance you want. Shopify has newer customer accounts and legacy customer accounts. The newer customer accounts use passwordless login. That means customers enter their email, Shopify sends them a one-time code, and then they use that code to sign in. They don't need to create a password, and that is usually better for most stores because passwords create problems. People forget them, mistype them, and do not want to reset them, especially when they are shopping on their phone. Legacy customer accounts are the older version. Those use the more traditional email and password login. Some stores still use legacy accounts because they have older custom account pages, older app setups, or a very specific design that was built around that older system. But if you are starting fresh or if you do not have a specific reason to use legacy accounts, I would usually start with the newer customer accounts. They are cleaner for the customer because the login process is simpler. New customer accounts are better if you want passwordless login and a smoother customer experience. Legacy accounts may only make sense if your store depends on older customizations or an app that specifically needs them. For most Shopify stores, I would keep this simple and use the newer customer accounts. Here's the setup I would recommend for most Shopify stores. Use the newer customer accounts, not legacy customer accounts, unless you have a specific app or custom setup that requires legacy. Turn sign-in links on so returning customers can access their account from your store header and checkout. But do not force every shopper to log in before they can buy. That way, returning customers can check orders, use saved information, and come back faster, while new customers can still move through checkout without feeling blocked. Then inside your checkout editor, make sure your checkout and account pages match your brand. So the simple setup is use new customer accounts, turn on sign-in links, do not force login for normal stores, customize checkout and account branding, turn the full flow on desktop and mobile. That is the setup I would use for most Shopify stores. One mistake I see is store owners treating customer accounts like a way to make the store look more professional. They turn on every account feature, add login prompts everywhere, and assume that more account access means a better customer experience, but that is not always true. A good customer account setup should feel quiet and useful. The customer should know it is there when they need it, but it should not interrupt them when they are just trying to buy. So before you turn on a feature, ask what job is it doing? Does the sign-in link help returning customers find their orders? Does passwordless login make access easier? Do self-serve returns reduce support messages? Does store credit give customers a reason to come back? Does B2B access protect pricing that should only be shown to approved buyers? If the answer is yes, that feature may be useful, but if the feature only adds another step, another login prompt, or another reason for a first-time shopper to pause, keep it out of the way. That is how you set up customer accounts with intention, not because Shopify gives you the option, but because each setting supports the way your customers actually shop. Before we jump into the setup, if you haven't started started your Shopify store yet, use the link in the description below to start your free trial. That way you can follow along with your own dashboard. All right, so from your Shopify dashboard, go to settings, and then we are going to customer accounts. So this is where Shopify lets you control how customers access their account. If you turn this on, Shopify can show a sign-in link in the header of your online store and at checkout. Depending on your theme, it may show as an account icon, initials, or text like sign in or account. I would usually keep this on because returning customers should have an easy way to access their orders, but this is important. Showing a sign-in link is not the same thing as forcing people to log in before they buy. This just gives customers the option to sign in. So below that, you'll see your customer account settings. This is where you can manage your checkout and account configuration, authentication, self-serve returns, store credit, and the account URL. For most stores, I would use the newer customer account with passwordless login because customers can sign in with a one-time code instead of creating a password. Then once your settings look right, we are going to click on checkout now. So at the top, you'll see your checkout configuration. So we're going to click on customize. This opens the checkout editor where you can preview what customers see when they go through checkout. Right now, we're looking at the checkout page itself. On the left side, you can see different parts of the checkout like the header, logo, contact information, delivery, payment, order summary, and footer. This is where you can make sure your checkout feels consistent with your store. Check your logo, colors, buttons, and overall layout. You don't want the shopper to move from your product page into checkout and feel like they landed somewhere random. Also notice the sign-in link near the contact section. This is important because returning customers can sign in if they want to, but the checkout page still lets new shoppers continue entering their information. That is the balance we want. Accounts are available, but they are not blocking the purchase. Depending on your setup, you may also be able to preview other pages in this editor, like the thank you page, order status page, or customer account pages. So take a minute to click through the previews and make sure the full experience feels clear and branded before you publish. Customer accounts are most helpful when customers have a reason to come back. If you sell skincare, supplements, coffee, pet products, candles, household items, or anything people reorder, accounts can make repeat purchases easier. If someone bought from you 3 months ago, they may not remember the exact product size, shade, scent, or flavor that they ordered. A customer account lets them go back and check. Accounts are also helpful if you offer returns, exchanges, subscriptions, loyalty, store credit, or B2B wholesale. In those cases, the account is not just a login page, it becomes the place where the customer manages their relationship with your store. Also, this helps reduce support messages. Instead of emailing you to ask where is my order, they can check order status. Instead of asking what did I buy last time, they can view past orders. Instead of searching through old emails, they can log in and see their information in one place. That is when customer accounts are actually useful. They support the customer after the sale and make it easier for them to buy again. Most stores should not force every customer to log in before checkout, but there are some cases where requiring an account makes sense. If you run a wholesale store, customers may need approved access before they can see pricing of placed orders. If you run a B2B store, accounts may be tied to company profiles, payment terms, or special permissions. If you sell memberships, courses, digital access, private products, or graded content, customers may need an account to access what they bought. And if you have a store where only approved customers can buy, then account access may be part of the business model. But that is different from a normal online store selling regular products to the public. For a normal DTC store where someone is buying skincare, clothing, jewelry, accessories, home goods, or gifts, I would be careful about forcing account login too early. That keeps the first purchase simple and still gives returning customers a better experience later. Before you finish, test the full experience. Go to your storefront, click the account icon or sign-in link, enter an email, and check the one-time code flow. Then go to checkout as a new customer and make sure it still feels simple. Also test it as a returning customer. Can they find their orders? Can they see order status? Does the account page look trustworthy? Does the mobile version feel easy to use? And this matters because your settings can look fine in the admin, but feel different when you go through the store like a real shopper. If the login feels confusing, if the account link is hard to find, or if checkout feels blocked, Fix that before you send traffic to the store. The easiest way to think about customer accounts is this. Before checkout, they should be optional. After checkout, they should be useful. If someone is buying for the first time, do not make the account feel like a requirement unless your business model actually needs it. But once they have ordered, the account should help them track the order, view past purchases, manage returns, use store credit, or buy again. That is how customer accounts help your store without hurting checkout. And that's how I would set up Shopify customer accounts. The big idea is simple: keep checkout simple and let accounts support the customer after they buy. Use them to make repeat purchases, order history, returns, save details, and post-purchase support easier for the customer. If you haven't started your Shopify store yet, use the link in the description to start your free trial and follow along in your own dashboard. I'm Erin from Shopify Mastery. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more Shopify videos, and I'll see you in the next video.